Sunday Night Football, Week 9, Titans and the Chiefs. I've got some picks for you. Lineup building starts now. All right, we're looking at the study hub right here. Going to be dissecting tonight's slate, building some lineups here using Fantasy Cruncher. If you end up joining, you end up getting $20 to use on Fantasy Cruncher every single month. That adds up $240 per year. You sign up all access, you get that $20. You can actually use promo code STREAM, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and that will end up giving you $5 off your first month. You can also grab the individual sport-specific packages if you'd like to do that. NBA FanDuel Optimal Lineup based on our projections has cashed 13 straight days in a row in tournaments. We've been posting this on Twitter, YouTube, and inside Discord. Insane, 13 straight days. Projections are solid. All right, let's get after it. We know that captain position is what drives the success and failure of your single entries. So what I'm going to do here in Fantasy Cruncher while I'm building out my lineup is I'm focusing on the elite ceilings tonight. There's only a few players I really want to use. I'm not looking to use Mahomes here in the captain spot tonight. It's going to be Derrick Henry, depending on where we are with Ryan Tannehill's health. It's going to be Derrick Henry for the Titans is the only player I'm looking at on the Titan side for the captain spot. Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster are the other two I am looking at as well. Now, the rest of the players, I just think the probability of them climbing the ladder here to give you the best captain output is just too low. So I'm not on them. I think these players are the ones that have the highest touchdown equity. They also have massive upside based on yardage as well. Going down to the quarterback position again, it's going to be rough sledding. If Tannehill ends up missing this game, it could be ugly. He did travel with the team, so it depends on how he's feeling during pregame warmups. We'll have just Malik Willis as the quarterback here if Ryan Tannehill is out, and that would be a disaster for this offense, certainly. Now, last week, Derrick Henry went ham again. If it's Malik Willis night, 32 attempts last week for 200 yards against the wretched Houston Texans defense. Scored 2 touchdowns. He's had over 200 yards rushing against Houston in 4 straight games. My gosh, this guy must have been wronged in Houston at some point in his life. Can't stand him, and he goes crazy against him every time. So if Tannehill is in play tonight, I will include him in my player pool. Won't be touching Malik Willis either way. When I slide over to the running back position, I'm going to be looking at several running backs. I've got Derrick Henry, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Of course, they're going to be included. There's no decision to be made there. They have to be in there. And then there's some value here. Unfortunately, these guys are going to touch the ball, anywhere between 5 to 10 times each. So I think you need to include them specifically if you're playing those super large tournaments, a million entries, a ton of money up top. You got to include some of these basically Hail Mary picks. Slide over to wide receiver. We've got a billion people to include here, of course. But I'm going to try to fine-tune where I'm going with my money. Of course, you've got the regulars. People are going to be on them. That's fine. I think you need to include Kadarius Toney as well. Might not be playing a ton of snaps tonight, but golly, a catch or two, and he can go for 100 yards and a score tonight. Honestly, Kadarius Toney just not had the opportunity out there with New York. Certainly showed massive upside through a stretch early in his career last season, and I think he has that now potentially with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. One player I'm looking at potentially if you end up playing with large tournaments tonight, Sky Moore. I think he'll be the forgotten man. So maybe people are just totally off him with Kadarius Toney there as well. Sliding over to tight end, the cream of the crop is Travis Kelce. He's likely going to be in every single one of my lineups tonight, whether he's the captain or just a flex position. It's touchdown upside for days. If you want a little salary relief, I think Noah Gray potentially is in play as well. Slide over here, do you want these guys tonight? That's totally up to you. I think they provide value on offenses when they're scoring, but unfortunately, Butker is priced up. So yeah, can you get somebody who can get you 8, 10 points or so? Sure, I think you can, certainly in play, but not somebody I'm going out of my way to get. Randy Bullock, I don't think provides you the value you need tonight. Defensively, I'm not really playing the Titans tonight. Priced up a little bit. Don't want to face Mahomes and this team that doesn't turn the ball over. Chiefs on the other side, I will take defensively tonight. Certainly in play for some turnover potential and some touchdown upside if, Malik Willis has to throw the football to come back in the second half. Yikes, that could get ugly. Now I'm sliding over to our projections page here, Team Rise or Fall. I'm going to click the download button. Back to Fantasy Cruncher I go. Upload data. And I'm going to upload the projections for this solo slate. Now, I crunched out 150 lineups down below, and I just wanted to see where did the projections go. I set up no advanced options, no lineup building, no groups, nothing. I just one unique as well. I'm literally just trying to see where are projections leading me tonight. Now, here's the deal. A lot of people do not like using quarterback in the captain spot. If you remove Patrick Mahomes, this will drastically change. And I'll show you here in a hot second. So quarterback ended up having 57% Mahomes in the captain spot, 40% in the flex. And we're going to talk about that in a hot second. When you go down here, again, I told you some of these guys were going to provide us with significant salary relief. If you don't want these very low ceiling type plays, because I believe their ceilings are quite low, you're going to have to just outright remove them. When you go to wide receiver, it's going to be kind of upside down as well, because again, captain spot with Patrick Mahomes, he's so expensive. Everything's going to get jammed in there that's low priced. And I'll show you here in a hot second as well. Well, how does this all change as soon as I remove Patrick Mahomes from my captain spot? Let's go ahead and crunch it out. So now I'm crunching 150 lineups, and I have no Patrick Mahomes at captain. And you're about to see some lineups that look a heck of a lot better exposure-wise because I had so much salary relief. Derrick Henry ends up being the highest used player. Kelsey second, and Juju Smith-Schuster third. Probably could have included Clyde Edwards-Helaire if I was going to remove Patrick Mahomes from my captain spot. Slide over to quarterback. Now you get 82% Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. It means 18% of your lineups will not have him tonight. Running back. Now you're getting more exposure here to some of these other players. You know, Dontrell Hilliard went down. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 17%. Still getting a ton of salary relief down here. If you don't want all this, you're going to have to lower their projections. These are my initial projections for tonight. Wide receiver, you're getting a little bit more now to Juju Smith-Schuster. I think you're probably going to want to cap exposures here to try to get exposure to Tony and Sky Moore. Tight end, you're not getting enough at Travis Kelce. You're just not. You need more here. You know, I don't think anybody in this game has the upside that he does, 30-plus points. We've seen it time and time again. He scored a touchdown in 11 out of the last 13 games. Last game, he had one nullified by a holding call, I think, against San Francisco. He scored in 5 of 7 without Tyreek Hill. He just has the highest touchdown equity. So I'll probably manually increase his projection tonight to get more exposure. Bucker, I don't want. So I would end up removing him from my pool. Defense-wise, I don't mind that. So what I'm going to do real quick is I go to my tight ends. Let's go ahead and we're going to give a 2 thumbs up. That will give a 16% increase on his projection. I'm going to slide over to the captain spot. I'm also going to add in Clyde Edwards-Helaire tonight. Just hopefully maybe get lucky, get a couple touchdowns. Wide receivers, I'm going to go to my exposure, and I'm going to cap them all at about 40%. See if I can get some exposure to some of these other players. I'm going to give Kadarius Toney 1 thumb up. I'm going to lower Isaiah's projection here down to 5.5. I just manually changed that a little bit. Try to get less to him. And let's recrunch and see how this ends up. Well, that's a little bit better. Now I'm getting exposure to everybody. I'm still getting a lot of Isaiah, who played 30% of the snaps in week 7, had the bye in week 8. So, yeah, I still like that a lot. I'm getting a little bit more exposure to some of these other players. Quarterback has Mahomes at 68%. Captain spot. All right, there we go. A little bit more spread out now, which is nice. A little bit more to Kelce. Slide over to wide receivers. Did I get more to? Yep, there we go. A little bit of sprinkle on Kadarius Toney. I go to tight end. That's what I'm looking for. Now I'm at 40% of all my flex lineups have Kelce and a whole 22%. So I got about 65% of all my lineups have Travis Kelce included. Kicker, remember, I removed Bucker. Defense gets 30% to the Chiefs. That is worth playing in my opinion. Lineup building stream is over. Hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead, hit the like button on your way out. Good luck tonight. If you guys want to sign up, again, grab that promo code STREAM, and good luck in your lineups.